2 missed drops in my same intro. No, I can't put up with that. I'm gonna have to just go here, I think. Welcome to another visit to Jedi's Academy. This time around, we have a semi-special request from the Bardic One, who may not have realized he was requesting it at the time, but he made the mistake of mentioning this weird, crazy-ass game. It was going to give me the really good opportunity to for this particular travesty of a game. Let me work on seeing if I can get this to go. Oh, trust me, there is enough chicken to go around. Chicken to go around. Let's see, for maximum effect. Now, so far, I have played none of this. Bardic has talked about it a little bit, so I've got a very vague notion, and I guess Jason Bullman did it as part of his, wacky game streams for Valentine's Day. I have played the intro cinematic over and over and over to do the testing out to make sure that I'm getting audio and video capture correct. And honestly, for me, that's all the game I need. It is a chef's kiss to this intro. So I'm going to try to make sure that I get this done right. First, let me turn me off so that we got enough space for everybody to operate here. And then because this is a Mac and it wants to do things its own way, the desktop you are seeing now is my nice big 4K monitor. It will only launch this game on my laptop display. So as soon as it starts to kick off in its pre-splash, I'm going to try dragging it over there. So let me turn off my mic so that I don't say anything inappropriate during the intro, and then I will be back as soon as this is done. Thank you for coming, everybody. Game's over. And it only choked once on the video. That's not bad for this machine. Important side note, my replacement computer is sitting at a warehouse dock at the airport, waiting until FedEx feels like delivering it to me. But yes, Professor Dog is absolutely going to be the highlight of this game for me. He'd better be in here. So from this point forward, I have seen nothing more of this game. We are going to completely ignore settings because, how many settings could we need? The one thing I did notice and I made adjustments for is that intro cinematic was incredibly loud. So I tried setting the music volume much lower on it. So, okay. Clicking the new game button on OBS doesn't have the same effect as actually clicking it on the game over here. So let me try that instead. Oops, I gotta get my mouse all the way back over to this screen if it will let me. There we go. This over here is where it's gonna hide my keyboard access. So this is the hard part. Do I go as me or am I the Colonel? Does anyone have a particular preference? Since I don't know in this game whether you actually play as the Colonel or you play for the Colonel's affections, it would be weird if you were trying to romance yourself. So, let's just go with me. Ooh. It's thinking super hard. It's still thinking. I wonder if it does anything besides this. Hello, computer. Oh, hey, that worked. I have a sound-sensitive mouse. You sleep softly as the morning sun casts a warm glow through the window of your modest student apartment. The world is peaceful and serene. You could stay in the moment forever. I'm intrigued by the fact that I have a bucket of chicken icon in addition to the fast-forward icon. Oh God. Or I could wait. Stop. Please make it stop. Okay, this one's not getting a vote. That one, I'm making that horrible clucking thing stop immediately. Yeah, oh, yeah, who doesn't want that chicken poster? Ooh, sandwich from Popeyes. That does sound good. Let's see, lying in bed, I'm staring at the ceiling, thinking about everything that awaits you at the prestigious University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning, and other stuff that kids need to learn to do good. Your mind begins to wander. Well, yeah. Who will be there? What will you cook? What should you wear? Time begins to fly by, and you find your imagination getting away from you. Finally figured out how to conveniently move my mouse from screen to screen. So let me experiment with using the poll command. So, question 1, do I take this seriously? Or do I allow myself to daydream? Oh, there's no 30-second poll option. So let me pop one of these up. Undoubtedly, this will make the game take 4 hours if we poll everything. So we'll do just some of the important ones once we're up and really rolling here. Oh, hey, important to note, I can also vote on my own polls. Everything should be done seriously. Okay, well, I have trouble seeing anyone going for a daydream at this point, so we are going to go out and plow ahead. I better make sure to arrive prepared for the first day. You bust through your morning checklist. Teeth equal brushed, hair equal combed, pits equal deodorized, so we're already ahead of at least half the rest of the university. Nothing can stop you now. You confidently grab a biscuit, strut out the door, and head off to class. Why do I have biscuits in the room? Oh. Yum, yum, yum. Hey, this seems like a good opportunity to click that chicken bucket. Oh, okay. It's just a menu button. It's not as exciting as I'd hoped. Standing in the quad, you gaze upon the magnificent University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. Here comes your lifelong best friend forever, Miriam. Hey! She's the most adorably awkward person you've ever met, and you absolutely love her for it. So if I pick her, is the game over? Did we win? Good morning! Are you excited for the first day of the rest of our lives, or at least school? Actually, because I sure am excited, a little nervous. Okay, a lot nervous. What's the... It's just that this morning I made breakfast for myself, but, well, when I ate it, I couldn't taste any love in the food. What if I'm no good? What if I fail? Well, that's why we're at school. Classic Miriam. Raised by master chef parents, she's always held herself to a very high standard. Just like the rest of us here at Kentucky Fried Chicken. Ever since we were little babies playing together and you rescued me from that quicksand box, it's been clear to me that you're the most loving, caring person I know. You're gonna do great. Wait, she saved me. Okay, got it. But with University of Cooking School Academy for Learning's famous 3-day only semesters... Oh, nice. I'm afraid of being left behind and never catching up. You sweet girl, Miriam has always had a flair for the dramatic. This summer, she got so nervous about her first kiss that she chipped a tooth practicing on a mannequin. But we don't talk about that. Should we pep talk her or change the subject? There is math, but I don't think we ever count higher than 3, so we're fine. Let's see. Pep talk or gossip? Any immediate thoughts there? Definitely not going to poll on that one. Gossip. Okay, I see gossip up first. We're going that way. It's hard to see Miriam like this, and frankly, quite exhausting. Rather than dwell on her anxiety, you try to change the subject to something more interesting. Dish the tea. All summer, you've been hearing rumors that a dreamy, enigmatic mystery student who is enrolled at the school. Yeah, it's a little worrisome, but you'll be fine. Now, what about this mystery student we read about on the school message board? Any new deets? Get this. I heard his name is Harland, and he's no ordinary student. They say he has powers. Awesome. He'd had them ever since he was born. From an egg. Oh my god, he's a chicken. An egg like a chicken? Don't be ridiculous. But that thing about having powers, that sounds totally legit. It would line up with some of the other rumors I've heard. Like I once heard he fought a bear with just his smile. You both sigh, thinking about a student so handsome that the laws of physics don't dare apply to him. Dreamy. Before you can get another word out, you're rudely interrupted when someone smacks your books and custom-engraved measuring spoons out of your hands and onto the ground. Biff Tannen. Hey! Oh, it's KDP, my arch rival. She's totally evil, but you can't help but be filled with jealousy. She can get anything she wants, and she knows it. Hello, KDP. Oh, I didn't see you there, chicken shins. You... My shins? How did I get involved in this? You can't stand Ashley. Even her name is annoying. You know for a fact that it's actually Ashley. Okay? But she had to add extra letters to make herself feel better than everyone. That seems legit. If anyone here knows what perfect shins looks like, it's us. We're not going to let you or your really weird insults get to us. That's fair. Across the quad, you see Ashley's best friend, Van the Man, has stopped to look at his own reflection in the mirror. His pants are so tight that you can see him casually working out his glutes while he styles his hair. No lie, they're rockin' glutes. But what about his shins? Van. Oh, you rang? do-rag with the more you know star helmet is rocking it. You've never been sure what their arrangement is, but as long as you've known them, Ashley and Van Van have been just as close as you and Miriam, but substantially more devious. I can't believe that University of Cooking School Academy for Learning would ever allow people like you to attend as students. UCSAL. I have to start shortening that. I know, right? You think they'd just hand us our diplomas now. Or maybe hire us on as professors. You amateurs could learn a lot from us. I'm no dummy. I've been going to this school for 7 years now. I know how this works. With the first day of school about to start, there's just not time to properly tell these two off, so you resist the urge. Well, that's right. If semesters are only 3 days long, we don't have time for doing the dozens here. Let's go, Miriam. That is a valid question. Is that actually a star mohawk and it's just like a little bandana wrapped around the front? Or is it like one of those foam cheese heads, but a star instead? Only time will tell. See you later, losers! Ooh. As you approach the door, you see a goofy-looking kid pushing hard against the window directly next to it. Oh, good lord! All of that sound's coming straight into my ear holes. It's a little much. Cut it out, Pop. Oops. I think it's broken! You reach forward and easily pull the door open. That should do the trick. Oh, whoa, straight to love. Hold on, I need some space. I think you mean thank you. My name is Pop. I was named after my Pop. He's old. That kid's gonna get annoying. Could someone like this also be a student at the school? He must be one heck of a chef. Also, his name tag clearly says Bob, but I guess he's reading it upside down. Hi, Pop. Are you going to make me hold this door all day? Nope. And then he loses his pupils as he's possessed by Satan and enters the building ahead of you.
Aww.
Is it just me, or is he kind of cute? Just you. You both shrug your shoulders before following him into the building. You stand at the edge of the room, unsure where to sit. Other students wander in and keep themselves busy chit-chatting. Oh, yes! A scruffy-looking pooch takes his place at a podium in front of the class. Adorbs. And his name is Sprinkles! Now, quiet down, everyone. Who is this unreasonably cute pup, and why is he in our culinary class? You must be Sprinkles, head instructor and CEO of UCSAL. Haha, they did get to the abbreviation. Good, you knew that was coming. Please, call me Professor Dog. I may be cute and little and fluffy, but I still demand respect. Woof. What? A cute dog is our professor? This is the best school ever. I guess only a dog's nose is capable of picking up all the nuances of fine dining and our however many herbs and spices. Out of nowhere, wind begins to rush around you as a swirl of cherry blossom petals fill the air inside the classroom. It's magic. I'm chilly. Someone close the window. And then he walks in. You're immediately swept up in the aura of this new student and his remarkable goatee. Who knew anyone could be so handsome? Time stands still. It's him. If it isn't my favorite student, Harland. Colonel Sanders interrupts Sprinkles, sorry, Professor Dog, before he can finish his sentence. Please, call me Colonel. Colonel Sanders. A hushed murmur rolls through the classroom as Colonel Sanders walks down the aisle of desks. Suddenly, the room is sweltering. Whew. Sweat begins to bead across your brow. You feel like everyone is looking at you, and you're not entirely wrong. Why aren't they looking at him? And this over here must be Sweaty Sweats-a-Lot. Maybe we should open that window back up before Faucet Pits melts into a puddle and evaporates entirely. You two both know my name. We were in the same kindergarten class. And what is with all your really weird insults? Ooh, the choices are take a moment to clean yourself up or nothing. It's a good thing you didn't forget about that deodorant this morning. This classroom is hot, hot, hot. A pause. Professor Dog steps in to settle the class down and some ground rules. Welcome to UCSAL, the greatest culinary academy in the world. The birthplace of culinary legends past, present, and future. Many challenges await you. There will be tears. There will be blood. There might even be really adorable tiny food, but mostly teary, bloody food. Ooh, an angry face. And when all is said and done, there will be a battle. You will lift your sporks and compete in the broom cooking arena. That sounds like an awesome finale. Just then, another student enters the classroom and interrupts the professor's rousing speech. One more player. Student Bland. Hi guys, sorry I'm late. I hope everyone had a good summer. I really miss... Quiet! Late to class is bad enough, but interrupting my monologue? You're on the fast track out of here, young man. Are you sure you're even in the right place? Don't you recognize me? This is my 3rd year in this school with you as my teacher. 3 years with 3-day semesters is approximately 109th grade. You know what? I actually have a couple of those titanium hiker sporks as well. They're actually really useful. But I don't think I've got mine at KFC. Everyone stares at him blankly. Does no one remember me? No one cares. You're expelled if you utter one more word before I finish. Professor Angry Dog. Let that be a lesson to you students that tardiness is unacceptable. Even Clank made it here on time, rolling halfway across town on his tiny wheels. Oh, is he teared up or does he have monocles besides his glasses? You turn to see the student Sprinkles is referencing, who appears to be some sort of industrial kitchen appliance. Oh, hey, look at that. Bzz, we're taking Clank down at some point. The class bursts into laughter. Oh, Clank, you rascal. Sprinkles walks in the classroom. He was already here. As everyone stands in silent obedience. When he gets to you, he lifts his nose into the air and takes a deep sniff. Your diet is lacking. Based on what I'm picking up here, you definitely need a multivitamin. You should be taking better care of yourself. You've never had a talking dog as a teacher before, but Sprinkles' reputation for being smart but tough is well known. He's apparently also a really good blood sniffer. Ooh, you decide to try and butter him up by giving him a treat from your pocket. But what kind? So what do I keep in my pockets? Beef, rubber, or chicken? I don't think I have the heart to actually type any of that as a formal poll. So, any initial thoughts on what a fresh student like me might be walking around with, packing in my pants? Oh, there it is on the cursor. Let me see how bad this has gotten here. Oh, actually, what? It's still doing okay. You know what? I am gonna go. I got a rubber ball. You know, no dog can resist the chase. You reach beneath the apron and return with a rubber ball in your hand. Sprinkles' eyes go wide as he locks onto it. You know it. You toss the ball and he bounds after it, grabbing it in his mouth and swinging it from side to side before dropping it. The thrill passes quickly. It's not clear if that endeared you to him or not. You know it did. Settle down, young chefs. Take your seats and prepare to have your minds opened to the amazing possibilities of culinary creation. As everyone rushes to claim their favorite seats, you're left standing at the front of the room. Only 2 options remain. Oh, I am the worst player of Cakewalk ever. Hey, there's still a seat here. It seems that no one has claimed this seat next to me. If you're interested... Oh man, I have a hard choice. Okay, this one... This one is going to have to be dealt with in a more timely manner here. He might judge you for your low-quality chicken stack. You know, honestly, that was my concern, was that if I broke out either the beef or the chicken snack, that it might be held against me if it was, you know, the cheap department store quality. There we go. We are going to run a more formal poll on this one. This seems like this is probably going to be a really big choice coming up here. Whether we go with our longtime friend, especially if she grew up with the culinary master parents, she might be good to cheat off, but then again, if our goal is to get our MR/MRS degree out of this university, then we may want to go ahead and get to action here. Let's see, so far the colonel is running unopposed. We are just going to go that route. You move to take your seat by Colonel Sanders, blowing off your lifelong friend. It appears he brought no books, pens, or pencils. However, his perfect upright posture shows off a seriousness that makes you confident in his desire to learn. Thanks for offering me this seat. Blush, blush. I've only had 2 rules. Do all you can and do it the best you can. It's the only way you ever get that feeling of accomplishing something. That's so inspiring. A little off topic if you ask me, but okay. As soon as you've settled into your seat, the professor makes an announcement. Think fast, it's time for a pop quiz. Oh no, yay, a quiz about me. This incredibly important and surprisingly short quiz will tell me if you are ready for life at culinary school. Keep your knife sharp and your focus sharper. Here comes question number 1. Yeah, Jaded, you're right. Miriam will get it. It sounded like maybe she's already seen somebody else anyway, so if she's not really going to be a target for love interest in here, then there's really no point wasting my clicks on her. If train A is traveling to point B and train B is traveling to point A, how important is it to wash your hands before cooking? You know what, we're just going to have to go with the dig on Pop, since it's both the correct answer and a dig on Pop. Yeah, the depends and doesn't matter are clearly wrong. That's right! Especially you, Pop. Forest is to tree, as chicken is to... Oh, wait. I just took the SATs, was it like 40, 50 years ago, something like that. So, if a forest has trees, then a chicken has night vision goggles. Oh, no, it was feathers. Oh, good thing I clicked the wrong one. That's right. What is the most efficient eating utensil ever created? There's no... We've already answered this one. We both know. Jaded. Nope, you haven't answered yet, but you know as well. The answer is clearly... Oh, comically oversized fork is a good one, but nope, it's a spork. And that is right. What food is best for a broken heart? Oh, man. Camel meat sounds stringy and chewy. That's definitely not any good. A pancake that looks like a silly face, that's usually good for everything, I think. Anything as long as it's prepared with love and not too much salt. Yeah. I don't know, we're risking slightly sappy territory here, but okay, we're gonna go with that one. Oh, hey, look at that, it was right. you say something about this being a surprisingly short quiz? What are we up to? Question 5 already? Is Sprinkles a good boy? Where's the... Oh, there it is. He is the best boy. All the other stuff that comes before it doesn't matter. That's right. Oh, hey, it really was 5 questions. 5 out of 5. I apologize, Old Bacon Face. Apparently math went above 3 after all. Jaded Tempest. Filthy comment is going to be allowed through the gatekeeping mechanism because it's funny. Well, be honest. Did you cheat? You look up to see that Colonel Sanders has been watching you tally your score. He's impressed. I know we just met, but I have to confess. I think you have a beautiful brain. I'm pretty sure we just won the game. Hot diggity, you just scored some major Colonel Sanders points with that performance. May I have your attention, students? I have an important announcement to make. Time for lunch! Wow, the cafeteria is as nice as any restaurant you've ever eaten at. It makes sense that a school dedicated to cooking would also be serious about eating. The Stewart Cafeteria. But there's a story behind that. A delicious fragrance wafts through the room and tickles the end of your nose. Your mouth waters. Do you smell that? That must be our lunch. It smells crazy good. Everyone, can I have your attention? Is it about lunch? No, I just wanted to apologize for my tardiness. You see, I was... Shut up. Howdy, folks. I'd like to make an announcement. Hey, It's about lunch. Everyone cheers. But Shh. Just have a seat. Lunch. She said shh. In honor of the new semester, I have prepared something special to share with everyone for lunch. So, he's in our class, but he's also a student? Aha! That must be the smell I smelled. She who smelt it dealt it. Indeed, that smell. You hold your breath, waiting to see what food this mysterious student has created. You've heard that he's very talented, but were the rumors true? Is this... Colonel Sanders lifts a large bucket above his head. Its contents glimmer in the light. Piled high are huge pieces of chicken, breaded and fried to a crispy golden finish. The aroma envelops you, and you begin to feel warm and safe. Your cholesterol level triples. Colonel Sanders has filled a bucket? Oh, there we go. With chicken? What a novel concept. It's never been done. Your stomach begins to grumble as if to say, stop thinking and start eating. For years, I have been developing a secret recipe for the perfect fried chicken. By my calculation, nothing less than 11 herbs and spices are required to achieve the perfect balance of flavors. You look around and notice that every other student has a pen and paper and is scribbling notes as fast as they can. Again, Old Bacon Face, I apologize. The math is now up to 11. I'm afraid you're going to need a third hand for counting. You look around and notice... Oh, okay, we already did the scribbling. But that's all I can say about that. What? You think we want your stupid secret recipe, dude? Pshaw. Nah, my dude. Nah. I'm just, drafting a last will and testament in case, one of those ingredients is, poison? Got him. Burn. He looks around nervously to see if anyone else is laughing at his sick burn. It's like I wrote this. You'll wait to see what zinger Ashley is prepared to follow up, but she suddenly takes a different approach. Yeah, and I was just like writing in my diary. Dear diary, today I smelled something beautiful. I knew at that moment that only the hands of a true gentleman could fry chicken so tender. Do not fight me for him, Ashley. You You see her body language change from bitter and evil to sweet and innocent as she slides closer to Colonel Sanders. She realizes that he is destined for greatness and fame with cooking skills like this. She wants him all to herself. Oh, please. Well, Van the Man, if you don't want him, I'll take this. Whoa, hold on. I mean, I guess I'll try it. Oh my god, that was his hair this whole time. He takes one bite and his eyes grow wide. He starts contorting his face as he tries to hold in his pure exhilaration and act unimpressed. Van the Man makes O-face. Easy now, there's enough for everyone. Please, my fellow classmates, dig in. You take one of the pieces of fried chicken out of his bucket and sink your teeth into it. It is amazing. Tasting Colonel Sanders' food transports you to another dimension. Alone with your taste buds, gripping a drumstick in your hand, you float weightlessly. Focus your mind and meditate on the moment. Try and identify every flavor. I'm going to warn you now, it can't be done. Savor the moment and everything that it tells you about Colonel Sanders' culinary heart. Or go into the light, Carol Ann. Yeah, the bucket in quotes did have me worried a little bit. I'm just going to roll with it. It's an immersive storytelling experience, so I'm just going to be immersed. I just know for a fact that you can't possibly identify every flavor. 11 is beyond counting, so it can't happen. I know that if I go toward the light, that the poltergeist will absolutely get me anyway. So we're gonna go with just savor it and be one with the universe here. The flavors in your mouth are beautiful, pure, heavenly. What a guy! Alone with the flavors, you feel something that can only be described as love. For a man, for a flavor. Are they the same? Ooh! Hey, I can add fireworks. After tasting his food, you try to get some one-on-one time with Colonel Sanders. I click the button to approach. Colonel Sanders smiles ever so softly as you approach. He stops what he is doing and allows you to break the silence. Colonel? I wondered if I could talk to you for a second? Anything for a fellow chef. What exactly was on that chicken? Chicken? How bold to come out and ask. It's an idea I had for a new combination of flavors that will make me my fortune and establish my legacy for all time as I open a chain of highly successful fried chicken restaurants. No big deal. It's just you and me here talking. I can keep a secret. In fact, I've got some of my own that I'd be willing to trade. What's the rush? The semester is only getting started. We have 2.5 more days. We've got, 2 more whole days to get to know each other. Oh, is school only 1 semester long? That says a lot for those that have been here 3 to 7 years. He's clearly not going to give it up easily, but it doesn't hurt to be persistent. You know what they say about secrets, Colonel. Shouldn't learning be fun? Aw. You've got moxie, I'll give you that. Colonel Sanders looks both ways to make sure you're truly alone, and then he leans in. You can feel his warm breath as he whispers. Just one ingredient, but you can't tell. I use... It's something my great-grandmother taught me. They have redacted the game? This is a rip-off. Maybe if I click on it, it'll show. Nope. Wow! You'd never have guessed that. In fact, you're not even sure where you'd get some if you searched. So many filthy jokes going through my head. Keep it clean, keep it clean. While you're wrapped up in that huge revelation, you notice that Colonel Sanders has disappeared. While everyone else is still in the cafeteria, you decide to look for him. You find Colonel Sanders outside, standing in the quad. Oh, we are now in France. Oh, it's you again. Howdy! Sometimes I like to come outside and look at the school buildings. I think about how my story will continue on after I've graduated. It sounds like you have big plans. I dare say, the biggest. I will leave my mark on this world. You can bet on that. Alone together for the first time, you figure now is the perfect moment to show your personality to him. Neg him to show your own strength. I'm going to be straight with you. I have no idea what that means. Damn kids these days. Wow him with a big idea. To add an additional ingredient to really spice things up. You know that's doomed for failure. Be modest, but thoughtful. Okay, we're gonna see what Google has to say. Oh, what is neg slang for? Slang to imply that someone or something is not good enough. Oh, bust his balls to show my own strength. Oh, no, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna get into his pants. Yeah, we gotta go modest but thoughtful. Okay, that's an easier choice. Oh, look at all those hearts. Well, I just wanted to tell you that I really enjoyed your food. Now you've got his attention. The flavors were complex but comforting. The interplay between salty, savory, and peppery. It was perfect. I appreciate the compliment. I'm sure you'll be a big success. I know we've only met today, but I'm starting to get the same feeling about you. Oh, we are so in. We should head back inside. The next lesson starts soon. You step into the massive cooking arena where the afternoon lesson will take place. Each student gets an oven and all the tools and ingredients they could need. Look at this place. It's magnificent. Finally, we get to show our stuff. Wait a second. Oh no! We have to show our stuff. What if I totally blow it? Yeah, you know what? I think you were right about not sitting next to her. She's got a down vibe working. You're not gonna blow anything, except maybe kisses to the crowd of fans you're going to earn with your signature adorable tiny food creations. We were promised tiny food. Welcome, students, to the cooking arena. For today's lesson, we'll be cooking with partners. Hurry up and pair off. Naturally, Miriam looks over at you, but unable to control yourself, you pounce on the Colonel. I'm glad they didn't make me choose, because I would have chosen the Colonel. Hey, Colonel, would you like to tackle this lesson as a team? A team of two, that is. Me and you, if that wasn't clear. You know, just us. Want to be my partner? Aww. Aww. Sure, I'll prepare our station. That's even better. Will you be my lover and do all the work? Without you as a partner, Miriam is left standing all alone. Oh man, she's going to get Stan the student, isn't she? Two different students quickly take notice. Hello, new partner. Beep bop. Oh my, two potential partners. I'm so sorry, gentlemen, but I don't know who to choose. Well, if I get to pick for her. You know, Pop can hit the bricks. It looks like you'll have to pick for her. Friend duties can be a little awkward, but that's the price you pay for not being alone forever. Okay, that also clearly establishes that we're in the friend zone with Miriam. It's too late there. Who do you want to ask to be Miriam's partner? Excellent. Jaded, you are well ahead on this one. Who do you want to ask to be Miriam's? It's got to be Clank. Pop can absolutely suck it. That's why he's got a straw. Sorry, Pop, but I think Miriam will be partnering with Clank today. It's okay. I already ate. Which applies to this class. How? not entirely clear if Pop has any idea what the point of school even is at this juncture. Clank is clearly excited to have some attention. He heats up and begins to roll back and forth. I think we picked Hurricane here. I see a double date coming up. Ooh. Warp, 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 complete with its own sound effects. Hold on there, fella. We don't even know the assignment yet. He's a robot. He probably already knows. That machine learning, he's already got it figured out. Technically, Clank might not have a face, but there's something charming and earnest about him. He clearly has a face right there. You know, one's an arrow, one's a dial, and then I don't know what those chiclets being a mouth in the middle are doing. They kind of move around. Buzz. Tissue? I hardly know you. Ha 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 ha. Wrecked him? Damn near killed him. Clank judders, and a panel shakes loose. Uh-oh. You get the impression that this is a sign of affection. Well, if that's the case, then this laptop I'm running here must love me too. Looks like you two will be fine. Now it's time to focus on your own cooking classwork. Alright, you two. For today's lesson, we're going to keep it simple. Pick a basic dish and divide up the steps. There's more math. I'm so sorry. No chef is an island. It takes 2 flints to make a fire. No, it doesn't. You only need 1. You get the idea. Which dish do you suggest to your partner, Colonel Sanders? Who is your partner? Just the 2 of you, alone. Steak tartare seems easy enough. It's fancy and you don't even need to cook it. Oh boy, that's asking for a lawsuit. Using octopus will blow Colonel Sanders' mind, or your grandmother's mashed potatoes and gravy. Oh. If this is a junior colonel and he has just mastered his chicken recipe, then do I maybe get in on the ground floor of the business? Maybe earn a little of that initial offering, and it's going to be my Nana's mashed potatoes that are going to do this? Hey, Bardic, there you are. Your official game is underway. You're calling taters, so we are going taters. Oh, look at all those hearts floating off of him. We're going for a perfect score. That's the only way to finish this game. And then just cross our fingers for New Game Plus. I've always been something of a down-home chef. I was thinking we could make something warm, inviting, and comforting. Maybe mashed potatoes. Oh, and gravy? I couldn't imagine one without the other. Like me and you, Colonel Sanders, who is my partner. Just us. Colonel Sanders casts a coy look at you, causing your whole face to go beet red. Embarrassed, you quickly look away. I'll go get the potatoes. No, please let me. Picking perfect produce is a passion of mine, as is alliteration. Looks like things are getting pretty fresh around here. Does someone have a crush on Colonel Sanders? We're just cooking partners. Mind your own business. Sanders' heart is my business, and you'd better keep your fingers off of my man. Did someone call for me? Rock soundtrack? I need my own walk-up tunes. No, geez, Van Damme. While I'm over here crushing Jedi's dreams, you're supposed to be taking care of our classwork. That was the deal, remember? Yeah. Colonel Sanders returns, arms full of peeled potatoes. Oh, he even peeled them. He tosses them into boiling water and turns his attention to you and your old friends. Oh, howdy there, Ashley. Van Damme. Are we working in a quartet instead of a duet now? Okay, well, they are going to keep the music rocking here. I'm going to need to turn that down a touch. Ooh, that is a rockin' jam, though. Actually, no, it looked like Jedi was struggling, so we offered to give him a hand. You know how it is. These young amateur chefs need a lot of mentoring. I was going to say, Colonel Sanders, maybe I could also teach you a thing or two about fancy food. Maybe one day you might be able to get up to my level. Ha! Doubt it. Don't be rude, Van Van. Personally, I have no doubts whatsoever about Colonel Sanders' ability to concoct creations worthy of admiration. After all, your fried chicken was quite spectacular. But Colonel, if you ask me, I might make a better partner for you than this thing that has positioned itself at your station. Oop, I thought we were getting a break from the teams there. Don't you feel deep down that we cast complementary shadows? We fit together like a thigh and a drumstick. It just makes sense. Nothing about this makes any sense. But one thing is clear, she's coming for my man, if I don't watch out. Ashley is really going at you hard. You need to ask for some backup here before things get ugly. Let me tone that down a little bit more. It's still loud in my headphones, but that should be a much more manageable level on stream. What do I want to do here? Turn to Colonel Sanders, hunk of hunks in your time of need. Turn to Miriam, your forever bestie, who always has your back. Let's see. We got a vote for the Colonel there. Bardic is the true pro here at this game, so we're gonna go with that one. It feels to me like we're taking just a hint of a gamble here. Lean maybe a little too hard in, but this does appear to be our chief rival, so I think now is the time that we push hard. I'm here to learn and express myself via my cuisine, not bicker with prima donnas. Partners were chosen at the beginning of class, so let's all respect the format, okay? You turn to Colonel Sanders to confirm that you're on the same page. I chose Colonel Sanders, and Colonel Sanders chose me. Isn't that right? A businessman respects all fair agreements, from contracts to handshakes. I took on Jedi as my partner for this activity, and I stand by it. You know what? That's good enough. I was hoping to see a bunch of hearts floating around them, but I'll just take the affirmation. Based on your team's behavior, I'd say you're perfect for each other. Neither of you has my natural talent or their loyalty. Being defended by Colonel Sanders leaves you feeling proud and full of potential. Bitchin'. You look for Sprinkles in hopes that he might step in, but he's nowhere to be found. Darn those cute corgis and their short but sturdy stature. And their swishy butts. You look down at your station and realize that, in the tension of the moment, your hands have been cooking on autopilot. It's even better. Distracted by the drama, you've already crushed the boiling potatoes into a perfectly creamy mashed texture with plenty of butter and cream for flavor. It's as if your natural passion guided you through the steps you know so well while your attention was elsewhere. I know just what to do. Colonel Sanders extends his hand. He's holding a beautiful white porcelain gravy boat out of which pours a smooth brown gravy, smothering your nearly finished potato dish. Gravy flows down the mound of mashed potatoes. Oh no. TOS, everyone. TOS. Please, no one look. The results look spectacular. Granny would be very proud. If they were my mashed potatoes, we would be, at a minimum, we would have some garlic in there. Probably some chives, at least to give it a little color on top. But this will have to do for the moment. This is still early in the career. Colonel Sanders holds a spork out to you. You reach out and grab hold of it. But he doesn't immediately let go. The two of you stand holding the same spork. And for that small moment, all of the madness and pressure in this crazy world stops. I'm still hoping for a little more heart animation, but we have time. Your eyes lock. The moment is electric. Time stands still. If you love something, set it free. What does that mean here? Together, you dig the utensil into the mashed potatoes and lift a heaping sporkful up. When you see Ashley with a sinister look, you know she's plotting against you to be with Colonel Sanders. And then, filled with rage, and without thinking, you fling the sporkful of mashed potatoes right into Ashley's stupid, beautiful face. Oh, this may not be a cool move in front of our beau. Van Van, do something! Do something! Scooping up a fingerful, Van Van tastes the dripping mashed potatoes and gravy and realizes that it is delicious. Horrified by this revelation, he slinks away. Will he ever be able to cook something with so much love and integrity? Hold on right there! We do not waste food in the broom cooking arena. The BCA. Colonel Sanders, I expect better from you. If you throw one more spoonful, you'd both better be prepared to eat it from wherever it lands. Arrgh. Can I has potatoes face? Van Van rushes back over, a covered dish in his hand. Mashed potatoes with gravy. Pathetic. In just a few minutes, I've prepared a full meal. Gaze upon my specialty. Braised tentacle of octopus in my silky saltwater sauce. Plated on a battle axe blade forged by my supreme chef ancestors. This meal is metal! You've ignored me for too long. That ends now. It is I who will have first bite, and you will all look on with envy. The interrupting student rushes at Van Van and swipes a bite of his signature dish right off the plate. No, don't! Something about this dish doesn't strike my nose quite right. I think the octopus was rushed and may have turned in the process. The results could be toxic. Too late. It has been eaten. I think I left something in the oven. I don't feel so good. It killed him! He's a ghost! Everyone step back. Don't take another bite. When you look back at the plate, the rest of it is gone. You notice the tip of the tentacle being slurped in Pop's mouth. This is why Miriam is not partnered with Pop. Bardic with the perfect technicality. You are right. That was not a spoonful, it was a sporkful. Totally different measurement. Pop winces in pain for just a moment, then is almost immediately back to his oblivious self. He did flash the demon eyes earlier, so I am willing to bet that he is no ordinary mortal. Oopsie. Oh, good, he has a catchphrase. Tastes like poison. Oh, I bet my Wookiee. The entire class has gathered to watch Pop's final moments. Shock has frozen the whole crowd. They are as motionless as statues. The class bell rings, disrupting the moment and snapping everyone back to reality. We were going to watch Pop die, but, bell ring. Gotta go. It would appear that Pop's enthusiasm for trying new things, despite obvious danger, has inoculated him against poisons of all kinds. So he is a dwarf? I'm not sure the professors here make enough money. Ghost of student. Hello. I just turned into a ghost over here. What's the deal with ghosts? Seeing that you're shaken up by that really annoying student and all his nonsense, Colonel Sanders approaches you. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Please let me walk you home. What? Like, for real? Oh, come on. You follow Colonel Sanders out of the room. At night, the school building has taken on another vibe entirely. It's dark and more than a little spooky. Oh, Colonel, hold me tight. Colonel Sanders stands in the quad's neon glow and speaks softly. Those mashed potatoes you made in class today. Before you go on, shh, I want you to know they're not a great representation of my skills. I didn't even realize I was making them. They were amazing. Tasting them, it reminded me why I became so passionate about food to begin with. I dream like this all the time. Colonel Sanders is getting choked up. Cooking is obviously important to him in a way that you find inspiring. Hey, KDP, you have arrived. We just missed your scene, but you'll be back, trust me. Now might be the perfect time to tell him you're developing feelings for him. Colonel Sanders? Yes? There's something I need to tell you. Don't wuss out me. Move my move my camera there. Hold it right there. There's something I need to tell you first. Oh, jeez. You see, when I was just a boy, I had a dream that one day I would be the greatest chef the world has ever seen. And every day since, I have been working toward that dream. Day and night, never stopping, never resting. Also, lifting a lot of weights. Like, so many weights. We should... Oh, sorry, I gotta do this again. There we go, let me line that up. We should follow our dreams with all of our hearts, that our souls might grant them like wishes floating on a shooting star. Hey, no, you... Shut up, I'm the one here to say inspirational stuff and be the star of the story. Are we forgetting that your cooking literally killed a guy? You can't prove that. I also saw you kill that guy. What was his name? Somewhere in the distance, you hear a long, sad sigh. A ghostly sigh. Forget him. We're talking about me. Me. I'm the hero. The Spork Monster is here to fight a hero! Oh, does this have a fighting game? I think I left the fridge door open. Later, nerds! How dare you threaten me just as I was letting down my guard and connecting with another chef on an emotional level? Be afraid! Be very afraid of me because I'm a monster! See? Oh my god, I just now noticed that his teeth are a bunch of sporks, too. Is he's rhyming on purpose, or is that just a coincidence? So there's lots of math, but very little grammar. But before you can discuss syntax any further, it's a turn-based fight sequence! What will you do? Boy. The Colonel's cooking has caused more than a few premature deaths. As our unofficially, but yet duly, officially designated legal counsel, Old Bacon Face, I recommend that you not answer that question either. Should we go straight on the attack, or do we defend? See, now I'm not worried about defending myself, because if I take a hit in front of my man, that'll just impress him more, but I don't want him to think that I'm like pushing him aside and trying to defend him when he doesn't need it, so I'm thinking maybe I just go full on attack here. Decide to go on the attack. Which attack will you use? Should I go with A? Or yeah, I'll just go with A. Cook with Love does 1 damage. He has 1 hit point. Victory! It just got real. If he's got more than 1 hit point, though, it's not very real. That attack really upset Spork Monster. Spork Monster goes on the attack! They spit hot gravy at you. I didn't have that as a choice. I take 1 damage. Whew, boy. Now I'm back to the whole 2 choices. I'm going to admit, my attack was pretty weak. His attack was pretty weak. Hey, KDP. Oh, well, thank you for the bits. And the congratulations. I was really hoping that you were voting there. Since all the attacks are weak, I'm just going to see if I can go defense this time. Which defense will I use? Trepidation? Oh, no. Oh, no, this is terrible. That's a horrible choice. You continue to stay back and endure whatever comes your way. Seems like a pretty weird strategy, but okay, sure, you do you. Spork Monster focuses their mashed mind and draws in energy from Mother Earth itself. They grow larger and more intimidating. How will you respond? Okay, screw that defense. That was worthless. We're going to take our little plastic spork and we're going jabby, jabby, jab again. Which attack will I use? I'm using the only thing I know how. Cook with Love does more pitiful damage. Spork Monster is no quitter. Buffed up and ready to rumble. They go on the attack. Utilitencil. Oh, they're ahead of me on damage now. If you take much more damage, you're not going to survive the battle. Okay, I got no choice. I got to go all in. Oh, well, I was going to say 3rd time's the charm, right? Nope, it's not a charm. It's still only going to do a total of 3 damage. Spork Monster is oozing cheese sauce onto the lawn of the quad. I wonder who's going to have to clean that up. Defense needs the fainting goat option. That might be the best choice, because apparently when I stand around with trepidation, it just soaks up the power of the earth against me. Also, can someone remind me, at what stage of menu does the Colonel offer cheese sauce? Feeling vulnerable, Spork Monster prepares for its ultimate attack, Rounded Edge. Vile villain, your reign of terror stops here. Oh man, instead of me defending the Colonel, he's going to come to my aid. He loves me. Colonel Sanders summons the energy of 1,000 chickens. Pot Pie Power Pinch. Oh, look at that chest with no hair. Pot Pie Power Pinch does 10 damage. Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Pathfinder 2 lately. 10 damage isn't really stacking up for me. Spork Monster is defeated. Oh, it looks sad now. You saved me. An injured Spork Monster spews steam into the night. Yeah, between the cheese sauce and the 1,000 chickens, I'm a little worried about all of this. Forget Mercy, finish him, spare this wretched beast. I tell you what, I can't go demanding someone else do the coup de grace that I couldn't pull off myself. So we're gonna beg for mercy. You managed to tamp down your disgust at the sight of this gnarly beast long enough to realize that he is still a living creature with a pure soul who deserves your pity, not your wrath. You know, we could take him to McDonald's for a burger or something. Be gone, beast! And don't you dare come back for a follow-up encounter tomorrow. I won't forget this, and I certainly won't be back, like you said. I'm reformed. The Spork Monster scuttles off into the night. Whoosh. The defeated monster left behind a special item. It appears at first to be a cookbook, but upon closer inspection, it's so much more. Is it the Colonel's secret cheese sauce recipe? It's a book of magic spells with a golden chicken on the cover. You open the cover and find a library card tucked inside. The last name to have signed it out is Borko. Borko. That name sounds strangely familiar. Your blood is pumping as you stand in the quiet of the night, holding the mysterious book in your hands. As you come down from your battle buzz, you realize that your final attack has left you completely depleted. My last 1-point attack. The world around you begins to fade away. Without any energy to keep your eyes open, darkness overtakes you. The image of Colonel Sanders flashes before your eyes as you fall asleep. Ooh, the Colonel's in my room. He must have helped you get home. In your tired state, you don't know if you could have made it without him. What a guy. You want to thank him, but you don't have the strength to utter a single word. You feel your covers being pulled up over you as you are tucked in tightly. Good night, my Colonel. In your dreams, you're together with Colonel Sanders. For some reason, Sprinkles is also there, instructing your love. Dreams are weird. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to have dreams of Sprinkles, the professor dog, tonight as well. Yeah, there he goes. Oh, and Ashley's there. And that ghost kid, what's his name? And Clank. You awake on day 2 and attempt to process the wild visions you had. Were they memories or premonitions? And then there was that secret ingredient that Colonel Sanders went ahead and told you outright. Not much of a secret, huh? You know, that one. It's probably just because he already trusts you so much. Sure, that makes sense. We'll go with that. You meet up with your bestie in front of the school. I guess technically she's still her bestie for the moment. Before you can tell her about the encounter with the Spork Monster, she launches into a story of her own. Okay, I know this might sound a little strange, but I think I might be, I think I might like Clank. Like him? Like? I know, it sounds like it's moving too fast, but there's something about him. I'd like him. Like him. We got to talking after class, and he's actually a totally sweet guy. Not only that, but he's really smart. He told me all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders. Did you know that Colonel Sanders was the most popular kid in his high school? No, but that does make complete sense. Yeah, but he was so popular that he was voted prom king at a school that he didn't even go to, and was also the convertible. What? And was also the convertible that he himself rode in at the front of the homecoming parade. I'm not reading that right. He was voted prom king at a school he didn't even go to, and was also the convertible. Slow with this new boy, like I am with Colonel Sanders. Oh, girl, I have not taken it slow at all. Oop, okay, there we go. I had a momentary drop, so I've waited a moment here until we were back. Luckily, none of the story has been missed. We definitely connected yesterday. Aha, sure you did. You're great. Why wouldn't he be into you? I guess. Laughing at the implication that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great. You have an idea about how to prove that your love is real. Well, if he's not into me, why didn't he tell me one of his secret ingredients? Your bestie's eyes light up. A secret ingredient? Yeah, I just said that. A secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in here? Miriam checks to make sure you're alone before continuing. Lots of dots. Super lots of dots. So this summer, while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in the botanical garden where I was wandering. This can't be good. He told me all about his passion for spices. Secret spices. The man even gave me some to show me what he meant. You know, some secret spices. He said it was a powder created from super duper rare dried flower petals, and that if I did him a big favor, I could have some of my own. Oh, this is definitely going south. Please, Miriam, don't tell me. So I filled my suitcase with them and brought them home, across the border, from Central America. He was so nice, he even met me at the gate when I arrived. Later, when I cooked with him, a very strange feeling came over me, and the flavor was unlike anything I'd ever tasted. I think you're being very liberal with the meaning of spices here. Whatever. Anyhow, we both share an interest in cooking, so we stayed in touch, like pen pals. I bet he would love to know more about new spices. Well, I'm definitely not supposed to share Colonel Sanders' secret recipe. And besides, I only know the one ingredient, so I doubt it'd be much use to anyone. Please, please, please! It would mean the world to me. No one has to know it came from you or from Colonel Sanders. What do you think? Should you protect Colonel Sanders' secret or share it with your bestie? Oh boy, these are actually some complex options here. Tell it to her, which we can't do. We have a sacred bond of trust. Or make up a fake one. Why isn't tell her to hit the bricks you're not sharing an option? That's the one that I really want. So I can't tell her. I can't. There is no way I'm getting anywhere near the Colonel's pants if I start blabbing his secrets, so I guess we're gonna have to bullshit her. Sorry, Miriam. You quickly think of a fake ingredient name. I don't know. How about it was Eye of Newt? Well, okay, if you're gonna make up something, at least make it ludicrous. I know, sounds like some kind of witch's potion, but what can you do? Eye of Newt? Wow! Her eyes light up imagining such a thing, and you figure that you've satisfied her curiosity and she'll move on. However, she immediately turns around and does some thumb typing on her phone that you can't quite see. That's probably not good. Before you can ask her to confirm that she was definitely not texting secrets to other people, you're interrupted. A wind rushes in. Cherry blossom petals fill the air. It's Colonel Sanders. He's arriving at school on horseback. It's Colonel Sanders. Oh, okay. Oh, this is a good one to choose. Stand back and admire his majestic glory, or run to him. Let's see. Witch's Potion is why KFC is so addictive. That seems fair. Schoolgirl squeal. I've been talking just long enough now that if I did a squeal on my throat, I would probably break something. So I'm gonna have to hope that the game here does that for me shortly. I'm a little worried about the run to him choice. I don't want to seem like I'm too desperate, but I do want to seem a little desperate just to make sure that he's on the hook. So, crap. Between KDP and Bardic, I'm stuck at a tie. Can someone break my tie for me? Show some restraint. Plus, you get to stare at him longer. Spook the horse. Damn it! This game is short on option number 3s. Yeah. Okay, Bardic. I think you've swayed me with your argument there. We're going to stand back and admire. Someone like Ashley's probably going to run in, but I think it's going to backfire on her. I think she's going to carry that air of desperation, and it's going to work in our favor. Colonel Sanders' horse is truly a thing of beauty. Don't admire the horse. Without ever acknowledging that he's being watched, he does a short horse dance before dismounting with a flourish. He then slaps the beautiful creature gently on its rear, sending it running free into the countryside. And I mouth the words, "Me next." You are so struck by the sight of him that you lose the ability to speak coherently. Oh, I didn't realize anyone was watching. Don't worry, he knows his way home. You attempt to compliment Colonel Sanders, but the words don't come out exactly right. What a horsifical beaut you have! I mean, what a horsifical beaut you have! Dang it! That's what I just said! Being a good friend, Miriam attempts to cover for you. That's right, pay me back for Clank. Oh, Jedi just gets really nervous around people they like. Oh, don't tell him! What? This is not helping? I mean, they got food poisoning and we're up all night. It was gruesome. You should have seen it. She gives you a wink and a smile as if to say, situation handled. Can't blame a girl for trying. And with that, Colonel Sanders disappears into the school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. When you enter the classroom, you can see your two rivals, Ashley and Van Van, are doing something bad. By the way, they're hiding. You know it must be really... Oh, not by the way. They're hiding. By the way they're hiding, you know it must be really bad. Like counterfeiting recipes bad. Experimenting with restricted ingredients bad. Summoning a demon bad? Well, I do notice that Pop isn't around yet. You try and get a peek over Van Van's hulking shoulder. But he sees you coming. Whoa there, little one. I'm not sure you're ready to handle this. Why don't you make like a bee and mind your own wax, honey? Tell them to stop acting immature. Act like you're not interested in them, but really try and get a closer look. Ooh, which of the immature responses seems really appropriate here? I'm thinking it's tell them to stop acting immature. The real answer is tell them to stop acting immature and then act like you're not interested, but try to get a better look. Stand aloof. You know, you do smack of good advice there. Okay. Acting like you're not interested. That really is the passive-aggressive power play, so I guess we're going to go with that one there. You sit near the rivals, but leave your back turned to them. You even hear Van Van mutter something that sounds a bit like a magic spell. Oh my god, do they have their own copy? Is that what they were counterfeiting, the Magic Chicken book? However, he notices you eavesdropping. You try and cover your tracks and improvise an excuse. It's time for class. And you're distracting the rest of us who want to learn and stuff. Now you've upset them. Mission accomplished. Oh, and you're the Emperor of Cooking, are you? You make the rules? Oh, I'm not sure you'd know a good meal if it ate you, like in Mother Russia. Being the best chef in the world takes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity. It takes panache. Or as she would say it, it takes panish. And it doesn't hurt to use a little evil. Oop, did I say that out loud? You finally get a look at what it was they were hiding, and you instantly recognize it. It is the Magic Chicken Book! Just like the one you found after your encounter with the Spork monster. There really have to be a stand by and observe without doing anything kind of option for every choice. Yeah, in this game, that could probably work. That's the same book that I found last night in the quad. Ashley immediately elbows Van Van, who hides the book behind his back. Oh man, I should check my pockets to see if I still have it. I don't know what you're talking about. That book is family heirloom and its contents are secret. You notice that they haven't just been studying the book. They've got Pop pinned to the wall and they're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch them in his mouth. We're playing! Hee hee hee. Before you can dig in any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. It's almost time for class. Oh man, is it going to be the reincarnated fleshiness of student? No, okay, well first Clank. Well, yeah, beep beep. Gotta have Clank back. Clank must be running late. He's in such a hurry that he rolls right over Van Van's meaty foot. Yeah, it was an accident. Hey, watch it, you bucket of bolts. You watch how you talk to him. He didn't do anything. Except, run over your foot. Bzz, womp. Who do you think you're talking to? I've never heard such language. Not even from a stand mixer. Womp womp. No, your mother was a stand mixer. Ooh. Actual audio cue for verbs. Van Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van Van, sending him flying across the room. Hashtag shock. Protect me, Colonel Sanders! These crazed men are about to come to blows. I think it must be over me, but I'm not interested in either of them. Ashley's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely he must know that this is a ruse, right? Gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves. Save it for the arena, at least. Or don't. Honestly, what do I care? I've got lofty career aspirations to focus on. Oh, so Colonel. Maybe I can help you with your business plan. Just then, Sprinkles arrives to signal the true start of the class day. He's panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, but he's also a dog. Ooh, let's see. Is that Agathoa on the cover? Oh, you know what? Agathoa on the book. Suddenly this game makes total sense. Also why Bowman was streaming it. Students, please take your seats. I apologize for my late arrival. After chewing out nameless ghost stand dude yesterday for tardiness, day 2, he's already late. I spent the morning chasing a car all around town and my tiny legs are very, very tired. But I'm here now, and I hope you're ready to learn, because I'm still adorable. You try to give Sprinkles a pat on the head, but he snarls at you. That's a fair reaction. Sorry. I get a little worked up when people try and pet me before I've had my morning coffee. Let that be a lesson to you. Fair warning, that rule goes for me too. After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of the classroom. Without further ado, we'll review the global history of my favorite fowl, the chicken. You want to pay attention to the lesson. Truly, you do. But I bet I have dreamy eyes for only one colonel in this room. Which is why in 1776, at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was a chicken who first signed their name. But you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders, and you miss most of the important parts. That's okay, a D is still a pass on the test, right? When you come to, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you. Well? Naturally, this appears to you to be a sample platter. Which item do you want to sample? A glass of water. That seems lame. A shimmering pepper, which would be my personal natural choice if I have no idea what I'm talking about. or a dog biscuit. Inappropriate background information. It has always been my policy that I will not feed some new unknown treat to any of my dogs until I have sampled it first to make sure that it can pass a quality check. So there's a little historical bias in this particular question for me. Let's see, where am I up to on chat here? You think we're all voting for the dog biscuit? Yeah. Normally I would think about metagaming this a little bit and go with, oh yeah, the shimmering pepper, but honestly, there isn't anything at the Colonel that's even remotely hot and spicy. Even when they have their seasonal promotions where they run the commercial proclaiming how incredibly insanely hot something is, and a black table pepper is stronger. Maybe we go dog biscuit, and that provides some levity to the classroom and makes the Colonel love us a little bit more. Let's see, I'm hearing should buy lots of weird and crazy dog treats for Jedi's dog now. Also, important little factoid, pup pizzas, and I don't even know if they make them anymore, they are the best because those are one of the few treats that that are supposed to be based on a human thing that actually taste like the real thing. So pup pizzas are great pizzas, just really hard and crunchy. Okay, we're going dog biscuit. Because of the shape it's baked in, you assume the dog biscuit is a treat made by Sprinkles. An example of his own culinary talents, perhaps? You reach out for it when Sprinkles jumps up and bites onto your cooking apron. What kind of monster would steal a dog's favorite biscuit? Damn it. Your apron is left in tatters. The entire class looks on in horror as you fall unconscious from the embarrassment. I never even got to taste it. Is this the end? You fade into darkness, but something is there. As a software developer myself, I am wondering if that was actually a false selection. I have this inherent feeling that no matter what you picked, the first entry was going to be a little flavor tied to whichever one you chose, but that all of them were going to end up back here. I don't know how they do that with water, but maybe that would just be straight up embarrassing. I fade into darkness, but something is there. The Spork Monster? Borko, what are you doing here? We're on a first name basis now, me and Borko. It's not your time, my friend. Your act of kindness has not been forgotten. You watch as your apron magically repairs itself. You won't have to live in embarrassment anymore. Thank you, my friend, wherever you are. Oh my god, that was a death end of game choice? Holy crap. Okay, well, we're going with the pepper this time. A brightly colored, because there's no way I'm picking water. That is beyond boring. That would make me die of embarrassment. A brightly colored pepper stands out from the other items. It sparkles in a most eye-catching way. So naturally, you reach out, grab it, and eat it right away. Why couldn't I do that with the dog biscuit? However, your body is not prepared for the heat. The pepper has triggered an intense spice hallucination. No, we did end up back at the Spiral Galaxy. It feels like forever as you trip through the universe. My friend! Let's be honest, Wii is not my friend. This guy again? I'm here to give you an important message. Ooh. You must avenge my death and fulfill your destiny. All you must do is... I was saying, to fulfill your destiny, all you must do is... Sorry, I think I've got some spice stuck in my throat. Yes, KDP, it has explicitly said that we are tripping through time, space, something like that. It's fine. I'll work through. To fulfill the prophecy. Oh, Old Bacon Face is going to be on this one. You must. You feel yourself begin to regain consciousness. Aw, man. You come to and find everyone is staring at you. That pepper was the last of its kind on Earth. And now it's gone forever. Oh, man. You think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention. We all make mistakes. I'm sure he'll forgive you. Someday? Come on, it's time for lunch. The class is over, get out. Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim, and your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement. Van Van and KDP. Today's lunch will be prepared via timed competitive cook-off. The level of theatrics with these two is off the charts. Demand that they stop wasting everyone's time. Though there's no poll, formal or informal, required here. Step up and tell them you're on. A bit of lunchtime competition, eh? Count me in. If I have to wipe the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down on it, then so be it. Now, I'm telling you now, don't be a dick in front of the colonel. Tone it down a little bit. I'm not the fool. You're the fool. Fool. Burn. Good one, Van Van. I like your gumption, Jedi. I'll be watching your performance. Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkles steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness. No, he's a referee, man. Now, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sportsing court. Finally, a little sense. You breathe a sigh of relief. At least not until we turn on the timer! Just then a huge light blasts you in the face, flashing the words, "Timer ready." That's what I'm talking about. Aroo! I stand corrected. The hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me, in case anyone was wondering. I hope its message lifts you to victory, and that I receive proper attribution in the future. Sportsing courts offer sports balls. That's true. Perhaps that's what we're going to prepare. Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure, and now is my chance to shine. I will defeat you myself. My nemesis, KDP. Let's see, we have some good rivalry music. This one's not quite as hardcore as the metal music before, so we're going to turn this up a little bit. You had his chicken and made mashed potatoes and gravy on day one, and you're feeling like you can really impress him again here. What else do they have on the menu? There's the pot pie thing. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast. If the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. Ooh, it always boils 100 seconds after you turn the heat on. I'm going to 100C because I know that's right. And I got a timer. Now I got to panic. That's right, but how would you have gotten into the school without knowing that? Okay, that's fair. Okay. Okay, I'm going to take a breather before the next one. If it's going to make me pick things with a timer, that time delay is longer than the Twitch delay, so I'm just going to have to make some command decisions here. Okay, winner gets to rub my furry belly. Oh, now there's stakes. Let that enticing offer motivate you. You're going to need to season this chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, but you have an idea. How many herbs and spices did he say? He said 11. That's right. You might not know all of the ingredients yet, but at least you're headed in the right direction. Tail wagging intensifies. Now that you've got some basic steps going, it's time to elevate your craft. That state of mind offers the most flavor. Oh, vigilance, trust, or gratitude. Oh, no! Oh. That's right. You must never take this opportunity for granted if you hope to succeed. Whew. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You better pick up the pace if you want to survive. I am not 100% positive that I clicked in time for the gratitude option there, but if I didn't get it, then it randomly picked the right one for me, so I'm going to take that. When you were a child, your father told you to never forget where you came from. Every day, you meditate on his advice and draw energy from that place. Where does it come from? A small town where big dreams are born. That's right. This is your shot, and you're not going to miss it. Aroo! You try to shut out the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. What is the sound of success? Ooh, sizzling or bubbling? Sizzling or bubbling? Sizzling. Oh, no! Don't make me get the spray bottle. Actually, I don't know what the answer could have been there. It was either silence or bubbling. The best I had, I was going off of fried chicken sizzle, so I guess I'm just wrong. You notice Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eye. I believe in you. He's actually cheering you on. Which would be awesome, except knowing he's watching you makes you totally forget what you were doing. Now all you can think about is Colonel Sanders and his horse. How many spoonfuls of gravy would it take to fill a traditional... Oh, wow, that was fast. What were you thinking? Get your mind back into the competition. Yeah, if I look at the replay real quick... Okay, they were all Colonel Sanders' answers, so luckily there was no right answer there. Grrr. You were stranded on a desert island with only one dessert cookbook. Which do you take? What a hunk! I know, right? You know what? Shouldn't you be focused on the challenge? You're falling behind. Oh, okay. Oh, damn, there's another quick one. They were all Colonel answers, though. What does that have to do with crafting spectacular fried chicken and delicate baked biscuits? Woof woof. You're really struggling to keep up. At the next station over, Ashley has already begun plating elements of her dish. It's colorful and complex. To make up time, you toss your biscuit dough into a stand mixer. As you do, the crowd gasps. Yikes. Zzz. I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance utilized in a kitchen battle, but sometimes that means sacrificing the personal touch. Brrr. You might not have any hands, but Jedi does, and a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when it's properly mixed, so I'm going to put my hand in to touch the dough while it is mixing. I have done that. There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by going the easy way. When you hear everyone talking, you realize how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand into the mixer to rescue your dough before it's overmixed. No! Oh, but you're not fast enough and your hand gets stuck. It's immediately crushed by the quickly spinning beaters. There's no way you'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. Colonel Sanders shakes his hand in shame. Oh no! What you often find is that the easy way can turn out much, much more difficult. Everyone, stop what you're doing right now. This battle is over. Injury timeout. It can't be. I was so close to finishing my dish. Oh, sweetheart, look at your hand. You simply can't go on. Aw, that's too bad. And here I am with a completed dish ready to serve. Surely that makes me the winner by default. No, it wouldn't be fair to compare the two on account of Jedi's injury. You see Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chops as he locks onto the dish. But I suppose you should at least tell us what you prepared. Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skipped straight to dessert. Under this white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights, taking you on a journey of flavor that tastes good and tells a story of excellence. I was going to ask Jedi to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring this creamer of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady hand. Oh, I got so screwed. Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within. That is fancy. Inside, you'll find a delicate fried cheese croquette atop a slice of honeycomb, ice cream two ways, tender nougat, and pearls of blueberry gelée. Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed as he dips his finger into the chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley? Sorry, KDP. Oh, you, hee. As he places a sauce-covered finger into his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something into his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. Internalize the rage? Rage or cut a bitch? Ooh. I have disappointed the Colonel. Yeah, I know. So I seriously worry about pushing myself between the two because I have this feeling, it's a gut deep in my heart, that as he's got his finger in his lips, that he's going to come back and he's going to burn her over something. And if I step in, it's just going to make me look like a jerk. So, ooh, I got KDP voting against me, though, so... Yeah, I'm deeply worried about the pushing myself. I think it's going to be a little too advanced. Your rage burns so intensely within your eyes that they burst into flames. Literally. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash, and they fall off of your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester. Perhaps forever. Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried brow, you run for the quad to be alone. Damn it. Okay, Colonel, now is your chance to tell KDP how badly she screwed up, and then you need to come outside and console me. The beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside of you, a storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders! Isn't he supposed to be preceded by the falling of cherry blossom petals? He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married. And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. They're tapping into some deep-seated trauma here. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out. I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. I'll never be a masterful chef. Failure is a part of life, not just for you, but all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well, then think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you, enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Well, handsome, sure, I was born that way. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I need to do this now, sorry. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I lost my business partner to a gunfight. I didn't know. People see my delicate ribbon tie and my well-kept beard and assume that I've got it all together, which is true now, but it hasn't always been. Sounds like this guy could really use a hug. I resolved that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money would deter me from giving the best I had to give. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignite inside of him, a burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure. It's honest. It's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Ooh, he's a bad colonel. Yay! Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowing presence. Battle-scarred from the night before, you prepare for the worst. It's the Spork Monster! But now he's my best friend, so maybe he will murder Pop. Borko? It is I. I know I said I wouldn't be back, and after the whole fight to the death thing, maybe you don't really want to see me anymore, but I just wanted to say that I was wrong to attack you, and I apologize. I know what it's like, having to always look over your shoulder. Monster problems, am I right? Aw, thanks, Borko. I'm glad there are no hard feelings. Getting jumped by a giant creature in the dark of night can really rile a person up. I also want to apologize for the way I switched right into attack mode. That's fair. I did go straight to attack. I didn't even try defense until the second round. I know that you're strong, and cooking school can put a person under a lot of stress. I actually used to go to this school. I wasn't always a Spork Monster, you know. I used to be a Spork student. I don't believe it. You were human once? Well, no, I was a golden retriever, but I was still a student. Until one day some mean kids with a magic spell book cast a dark enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed. A magic spell book, you say? Precisely. I had procured a copy for myself, but somewhere along the way I'd lost it. If you find such a book, I beg of you, respect it. You're a powerful chef, and I shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear. I will be there. It sounds like there are some bad cooks in the kitchen of life. Together, I am sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss... Oh, is there a you bet your ass button about I get to pick here in a moment? A personal invite. You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. Bow chicka wow wow. Oh, hey, there was an option for camel meat earlier, and there's a camel photo on his wall. Stepping inside the Sanders home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. It looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there is something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. That's fine, son. Just put a whole lot of sugar and salt and maybe some fat in it. It'll go over great. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy or something crispy. Both, perhaps? Now you've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him or keep it a secret, just for you? We can't have secrets between us. I'm sharing, and then he can steal my idea and profit from it in the corporate world. You decide that you're as ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in headfirst. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. Of course it's coleslaw. Why didn't I think of the coleslaw? The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' luxe hideaway. Okay, I've caught up on chat. Trying to not fall quite so far behind. The shredded cabbage dish, yes, it glows. Magnificent. Together you chow down on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. You mean sporkful. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment. Because there's nothing better than a couple of day-old mayo in my slaw sauce. You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. I'm just a trophy to him. He's probably got a fridge full of slaw samples now. You realize that now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. Around the room are various items that you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. Ooh, and now they're starting to glitter. Okay, he's got an urn, presumably full of ashes. I know that's got to go on the list. If he wants to keep invited food in the fridge, I bet he has a scary fridge. Well, yeah, I'm betting it is full of stuff. So there's a photo over here in the dark. There's baby Colonel, so apparently he's always had the goatee. I know that I got to do the camel, because that one's been intriguing me. He's got a mini bucket on the table. There's the view outside, and then he's got like a taxidermy chicken. Okay, step one, I'm going camel. I gotta know about the camel. The photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man and visiting the pyramids of Egypt? Maybe this is where he discovered one of his secret herbs and spices. In the future. Tap on an item to discover more. Oh man, am I gonna get to tap on all of them? Well, okay, we'll go into this pet chicken. You notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on a corner table. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't just realistic, it's real! Taxidermy must have been important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive. A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, "The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky." Tap an item. We're going to go with the outside view, because that's where the real romance lies. You gaze out the window across the vast lake and mountain range beyond. Just then, the ghost of student pops up. Are you thinking about heading out into the world on a quest to avenge my death? Wait, what? I never even learned your name. Why would I avenge you? I could just tell you my name right now. Can't you see I'm in the middle of something? You open the window a crack and the ghost of student is swept out with a breeze. Whew. Tap on an item. Okay, we're going earn. Sorry, Mrs. Sanders. You take a closer look at the large urn sitting on a nearby pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty. When you wipe it off, you can read the inscription. It says, "Here lie the ashes of all my past careers and business failures." Poor guy. Ooh, it's opened the door. Could that be the Colonel's bedroom? You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off its hanger and try it on. Well, that's forward. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he's been working on, and he wants you to taste it. Let me guess, it has a ton of week-old slaw samples in it. You try to act casual until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket. I don't usually loan those out, but I must say it does look good on you. It would look better crumpled in the corner of my room. Oh crap, the jacket! You forgot to take it off. You decide that now is your moment and make a big move. Tell him you're cold. Fess up and tell the truth. Ooh, boy. What's wrong with the word weirdo, Twitch? Oh, boy, this one's solid. We're not going to go with you're cold, because that's the weak answer, but honesty is good. Honesty can play to some emotions there, but I'm metagaming again. I'm a little worried that making the move on day 2 is something you were supposed to save for day 3. It seems like the worst policy, but I'm thinking going with the truth might be our move here, and that the big move is totally a day 3 thing. Give a few moments here for chat to catch up. Okay, yeah, that was a good break. We're going honesty, and then we're going full court press on day 3. You confess. There's the hearts. I think I've developed feelings for you. Oh, okay, so it's both. I can make a big move while being honest. I might be developing feelings for you too, but I'm concerned. I can't let anything get in the way of my dreams. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But as the thought of leaving Colonel, now we're on a first name basis, in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause, you stop yourself. Colonel? Yes? I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift off into a slumber. Dream sequence! I'm dreaming of corgis, KDP, and the ghost kid guy. You awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will tell. Today is a day that could change the rest of your life. Because it's already graduation day, I'm guessing. Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up. It's meticulous. It also looks exactly like lunch and dinner. You taste Colonel Sanders' food and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So, would you say that we're the perfect match? How presumptuous. But the answer is going to be yes. My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Ha ha ha. Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift to cookery? Take him down a peg. What is it with these stupid answers? Flatter him. The hearts. I think we might make a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner? Could he be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears. Unable to speak, the only answer you can find is to run out the door. Again. And get home. There's still one more day of school after all. The UCSAL waits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. Double score. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something had happened to you. Almost. It's okay, But now that it turns out you're fine, I can finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Sure, but you will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date! I think I can believe that. Since I'd been partnered up with Clank, he asked me to go out with him. I was wondering what KFC had for breakfast. I was worried that suddenly they developed a breakfast menu too. I remember when Taco Bell originated their breakfast menu, and it's changed a little over the years, but it's still pretty scary. Of course, I told him, you'd better keep your dials turned to polite and respectful. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me. So I said, yeah, sure. I can get to know the little metallic guy. Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends, but things quickly spiraled out of control. Did she just say skydiving? As if that's a typical first date to go on with a talking pressure cooker? And now I'm not really sure where we stand. You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story, however. Bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too, back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him. Perfect phrasing. You what? Nothing happened, but the emotional connection. Wowzers. Miriam tells you to move on from this whole Colonel Sanders obsession and focus on school. Oh, she's risking bestie status now. If being obsessed with Colonel Sanders is wrong, I don't want to be right. After a short argument, you both agree to go your separate ways. She's out. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fact. Because, he's Pop. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious. Good. All four of us are giving you one. Oh, it's great. I'll order you up one right away. I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. You can get your squirrely dipped, too. Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at the school. There is that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? You've got some nerve, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse. Now you're twisting my words, and I won't have it. Ooh! Get ready for a battle? You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain. Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. You might as well just give up. I'll never give up. Ever! Colonel Sanders arrives, sans cherry blossoms. Just as it appears things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. KDP is a bully and swirly expert. You know what? That's what I learned from watching all those times with Sandwich. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? How's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon. Broken bones heal real quick. Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday, I almost broke a nail winning so hard. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What is he doing complimenting her? But what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? That was a little forward. It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. That's a lot of words to say. It was bland. Excuse me. I am more than capable enough to speak for myself. Oh, self-burn. Oh, man. I just ruined it. Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walk into class, Colonel. I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. See you inside. Oh no! Oh no, this has gone terrible. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see KDP for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with KDP, you take out the spellbook you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Girl, no one likes your chocolate sauce. That's probably true. Whoa, that's the book? It looks like bad news. It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff. A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't really powerful? That's only logical. I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open to a page covered with arcane warnings. Cast only in case of extreme emergency, it says around the edges of the page. I could use the spell here that says it will erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out the Colonel, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam. That is way drastic. Couldn't you do something else? Like anything else? Not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger? Okay, fine, it is drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you, and a pretty good excuse to try it out. Cast it or not? Wow, we are begging through a later... This is a New Game Plus kind of choice here. The Witch in the Wardrobe. Don't do it. Don't give in to sorcery and guile. Oh, you know, that is fair advice. That is something that they explicitly brought up early on. You know, I was just thinking at a personal level, I don't know, do I do the evil route? Do I not do the evil route? You know, what is it they say that evil and suffering leads to? I don't know. It's something esoteric. But yeah, you're right. They did tell me not to do it. So, okay, don't do it. You take your friend's advice. You notice they don't say best friend anymore because we're kind of on the outs at the moment. You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. But what if mine was the good book? Sprinkles is already in the room waiting for students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose scrunches up and he begins to breathe quickly. Oh, he must be hungry. Reach for some old homework to give him as a snack. You can't give your culinary professor old homework. It needs to be fresh. Dogs can be rather unpredictable, especially Sprinkles. Wait to see what happens. Borko believes in you. That is true too. I can't give him my old homework. That's just rude to a best boy. So we're gonna see what happens. Sprinkles stops in his tracks. He focuses in on the window. The room is deadly silent. Let the licking commence. When you follow his gaze, you see a tiny orange squirrel perched on the cherry tree outside. Old homework would not have cut it. Sprinkles turns feral and runs to the window of the classroom. He begins barking uncontrollably at the squirrel outside. Terrence! I told you never to come back here! Terrence, I will destroy you, Terrence! Sprinkles is barking ferociously, drool flying off of his face. The squirrel looks over, but he doesn't say anything back. You wonder, is that even a talking squirrel? Who named him Terrence? So, yeah, speaking from personal experience, that's total squirrel behavior. You'd better not show your chubby cheeks around here ever again. After Sprinkles is satisfied that his presence has been felt by not only Terrence, but any other squirrel in hearing distance, he returns to his professorial tone. I apologize for the outburst. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. What did I say? You see, but before he can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. Oh no. Sprinkles is interrupted by whirs and sparks coming from the back of the room. I told you to save it for after class. Bzz, bzz. Oh no, he's crying. Did they break up? You think I wanted to be thrown from a plane, strapped to a stranger? Miriam and Clank appear to be arguing, but you still haven't learned to speak Clank's language of mechanical noises. But no, you had to show off to your cool kid friends Jeff and Joan. J&J forever. Watch us form a triangle in midair as we descend. Triangles are the strongest shape, don't you know? Yeah, well, that doesn't make it a great date. Beep. Whir. Then take Jeff and Joan with you. You can all hold hands as you pedal down the mountain or off a cliff for all I care. Oh, this is sad to see. Sad beep. Clank begins to shudder. Steam pours out of the gaps in his panels, and then a loud ding stops him in his tracks. You have reached pressure. Beep. Bzz. No amount of seasoning is going to make me want to eat that, Clank. Clank burps out a completely deep-fried sneaker. Considering that he himself has wheels, not feet, it's not entirely clear where it came from. In terms of deep-fried footwear, I guess it looks okay? Clank slowly rolls out of the room to be alone with his shoe. Everyone tries to pretend like they didn't see that entire thing go down. Whoo boy. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school. Well, that was unfortunate. But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown challenge exam! Trademark pending. Oh, it's not pending, that's full-on trademark. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena. But before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey, Miriam, are you okay? Okay, I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over my floor. Or the floor. How could he embarrass me in class like that, in front of everyone? Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure, so you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. I know that you know this, but I'm going to say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're going to cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. You're not going to saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me. Of course not. Well, maybe sorta, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it, and a ranch big enough for both of us and whoever else we want to bring along. If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show with a little interest anyhow. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks. I should really review my menu for today. I'm going to make a very special soup. No, KFC doesn't, I don't think they serve soup, unless you count the gravy. And I bet the Professor Dog is going to love it up. While you were pep-talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch, but that's okay because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. Blabbing with Miriam, I guess. You've decided to head to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it, the location of your final challenge, a test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent, and a chance to beat the pants off of Van Van, the supposed man-man, and his eviler counterpart, KDP. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of a recipe you've been working on, Jedi's famous chicken pot pie. My special recipe is actually a crock-pot chili. After practicing for months, making this dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders, and finally we have returned to the cherry blossom petals. Jedi, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake, and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious. You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who is hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick to when the oven timer goes off behind you. Hey, thanks for coming in, Jadist. Jaded Tempest. Now I'm contracting everything. Thank you for all of the help with the earlier decisions. I'll have the VOD available, so you'll be able to catch up on all of the remaining. I'm hoping 15 minutes in its glory. So let's see where the timer has gone off. Ignore like there was no sound at all, or fess up about your practice dish. You know, this is if you ignore it, it's going to burn. That's just going to lead to more of that embarrassment. And what I do when I get embarrassed is I get blush-faced and I run out of the room, and then it's going to start a fire, and then I'm going to pass out, and I'm going to see the galaxy, and I'll have missed everything. So I am just going to fess up about my practice dish. Okay, you got me. I got hearts. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing. I know. My nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. That's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You knew it was a pot pie just from the smell? Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie with an all-butter crust. He is going to pretend to love me. He's going to gain all of my final confidences, and then he's going to steal all of my recipes and pass them off as his own as he kicks me to the curb. This game is going to have such a sad ending. And my nose is telling me something else. Oh no, is it burning? Ha ha ha, no. I can smell that it was made with a heaping helping of TLC. But it'll probably start burning any second if you don't pull it out. That's what she said. Oh, I can't believe I fell for that. The moment of truth. Wow. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking, and I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules. There are no rules! That is, except to cook with everything you've got. Oh, this is a jam. You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that'll push you over the edge to victory. Meanwhile, both Van Van and KDP are prepping wildly elaborate dishes per their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big, going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect. His original recipe are in a circle fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts at full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. Egg wash! I have relatives from a certain part of the country. Wash works for me. Miriam furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend Baster Blaster. Van Van flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin. Let's rock and roid! KDP scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula! Even Clank gets in on it. Oh, I thought he'd wheeled away for good. 5-dial pressure point chicken cooking technique. Oh, it's his first words. Congratulations. Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English? It's the singularity, as was foretold. Uh-oh, where's old Baconface in his prophecy? We mustn't let it happen, or the appliance uprising will take us all. Self-destruct. Van Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out the back door of the arena. Whew, apocalypse averted. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice KDP has her spell book out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got a book of your own, and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic? What did the Colonel tell us earlier? What did he tell us? Sometimes there's the easy way, but it's better to do it the hard way. Or yeah, something like that. Believe in Borko, exactly. We're doing it the hard way. Who needs magic when you've got passion and Borko. I'm going to do it the hard way. Hey, congratulations. That's great. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. Actually, it's getting a little dark in this room. I was having trouble seeing my own wink there. I believe in you. And hearts, yes. Miriam notices too. And I've always believed in you. You know, your best friend over here, who's always been here. Since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever. You turn to notice that Miriam is at your station cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? If you're here cheering, who is cooking? Tiny food, short cook time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you out. Yes, sous chef. Oh, that's sweet, but Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles. Noodles? Okay, I'll just go with it. It's the secret ingredient. However, she doesn't know that you lied and the ingredient was made up. Oh no, there's Eye of Newt. And where in the world did she even get Eye of Newt from? The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes. Gotta be Borko! Yeah! It is I, Steve, the spork monster. Oh no, it's Borko's arch rival. It's Borko's KDP. Steve? Wait, what happened to Borko? You're not here to battle me, are you? We spork monsters are many. I think Borko had the day off. But you have conjured Steve, and I hate to battle, so I'd say you're doing pretty alright. Oh, hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition. I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out? I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve the spork monster notices that you've got the grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station. I see what you're up to. Crisscrossed some magical items and accidentally summoned me, huh? Haha, yeah, you guessed it, sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing some fresh noodles in a pot of salted water? I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef, actually. You know, when I was just a little spork pup back in the old country. You can feel Spork Monster winding up to tell a very long and involved story. You don't know exactly where they came from, but it seems like it was probably lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition. I understand. It's kind of like that time in monster school that I had fallen asleep during scare tactics class, and when I woke up, you toss a serious stare at Steve, and he takes the hint. Never mind. I'll tell you later. Good luck. Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. Give in and drop out. Oh man, I'm going to have to play this game so many times to make some of these choices. I am summoning extra power from deep within myself, just like the Colonel taught me. I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. And gosh darn it, people literally like me. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for... Yes, you are the chosen one, you will avenge me. The power you'd been summoning immediately fades back out. You interrupted my inspiring monologue. Sorry. My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know that with this power, you can do anything. Except turn back time, which would be super useful because while you were powering up, your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. No! But don't worry, dear Jedi. Pause because my monitor feed has gone blank. I'm gonna give it a few moments until it returns. Okay, it is back. I don't think I've missed anything while I was having trouble. So let's see. I've been watching you today, and I must say I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. Side character achieved. There we go. He steps up to your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. All you've managed to make is mac and cheese, and time is almost up, so you're going to need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What will happen to you? What about the rules? Following the rules has never really been my thing, except that it sure did sound like it earlier. I follow my heart. What a guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts. Are you suggesting if we combine forces, we can form the perfect food union? Time's up, students! With time expired, it's the moment everyone has been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. It seems we're missing some students. Pop? Clank? From off-screen, you hear a pure and innocent giggle that can only come from one student. Hee hee hee, I'm flying. It sounds like it's coming from that broom closet over there. Miriam, would you mind? Inside of the closet, you see Pop hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants. Any game that puts underpants in its text gets a thumbs up. Pop, get down from there right now. Let me guess. Did Van Van have something to do with this? When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse? I thought a wedgie was a salad. It looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing as how he didn't cook anything. I can't feel my legs. May I be excused? Oh, please. Sure. You kids and your pranks. I must say, it's not the worst prank in UCSAL history, but it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second. Pranks. Pranks. Clank? Where did that pressure cooker roll off to? You wait to hear a signature whir, beep, or other onomatopoeia, but there is none. Somehow he must have gotten unplugged, I guess. We'll have to figure that out later. Apocalypse for the sequel. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please collect your final projects. Yes, it has been a long semester. It has been, almost 2.5 hours. Wow, 3 whole days long. But after days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now describe your dish. I've made tender udon noodles in a savory soup. You know what? The game wasn't lying. That is adorable. It needs a little bitty hamster to eat it now. My word, it's so delicate. Is that a teeny tiny Narudamaki I spy afloat in this itsy bitsy bowl? Yes, chef. Please, call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name. Yes, Sprinkles, and some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself. Sprinkles carefully sniffs about the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl. Sublime. Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on, I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy that all by myself. And in a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took much, it was less than a thimble's worth of soup. A+. Rarely do I taste a dish with as much love poured into it as yours. Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a big hug. Thank you for helping me to believe in myself. Van Van, you're up. Now, describe your dish. I made uni over smooth egg custard in an axe-hewn urchin shell topped with caviar. That is metal. Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second different colored type of urchin? Yes, Sprinkles. A bit much, don't you think? That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is kind of my brand. Doesn't it look cool? Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close on account of all the spikes. He begins to paw at it erratically, causing the custard to slash around. Woof, woof. Please be gentle with my cuisine. Grrr. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded. Youch, my tongue! The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting. Oh no, class could be over. I can't eat this. It keeps poking my tongue. Disqualified. Ooh, and then there were 2. A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles could make it difficult to eat? Dejected, Van Van does not go gentle into the night. Disqualified for glamour! Don't discount simplicity. Oh, that's the Colonel's strong suit. This isn't the last you've heard of me. Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk. I know, yeah, I'm a dog and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student, KDP, it's time to step up. Now describe your dish. I made orange blossom Turkish delight in a light rosewater syrup topped with French meringue and connected by sugar glass. Oh, that is fancy. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It's very fragile and meant to be a display piece. Don't eat the food. At a cooking school. Got toast in your ears or something? I told you, it's a display piece. KDP, I must say, it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school. Yeah, which is why I cooked it, and did an extremely good job cooking it too. I didn't realize that we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to the College of Eating School for the Hungry. Pause. I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard. You might disrupt the sugar spiral. If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified. Rage overtakes KDP as she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you, like in Mother Russia. And with that, KDP storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone. This isn't the last you've heard of me, either. If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cooks, step up together. 2 chefs? What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh, I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays. Just when I thought I've seen everything in this kitchen, you give me this thing and completely blow me away. In my 49 dog years of life, I have never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. This is a good time to take a pause here. I am not positive that either mac or cheese, or for that matter, fried chicken, is particularly good for dogs. So all you kids watching at home, do not feed that to them just in case. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class. Well, that's bullshit. Ashley and Van Van didn't do anything to deserve this. This is my work. You pass, and you pass. You all get a pass. Everyone gathers around and partakes of the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. Cue the Spiral Galaxy. You win! Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive even that Van Van and KDP are drawn back in by its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on, how could they do better than this one? Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment, to get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy. Oh, bust out the jams. Honestly, I'd just go for Popeyes. Yeah, I'm down with that, actually. This looks delicious. Now I want KFC. No, I'm sorry. You were incorrect. Bardic did have the correct answer with Popeyes. DJ Dog is in the house! Oh! You knew that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Van Van and Ashley tell everyone that they've committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were the villains, and dress in total style. Not saying it's a good style, but it's a total style. For a moment, you actually believe them. Oh, not another haunting. No ghosts allowed at graduation. It's clearly written in the school's bylaws. I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me. I was just wearing a sheet. Oh, amusing. And now that everyone is together, it's the Spork Monster. He has totally mellowed out. Everyone, the Spork Monster is no more. From here out, I prefer that everyone referred to me by my new name, Party Monster. Student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone is too wrapped up talking to Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found the love in her cooking, and you know she's gonna do great. A red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? It's Pop. Oh, I recognize the king over there. It's Pop. He's arrived late to the dance, but apparently for good reason. Walking the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef's hat a crown? Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had it mailed directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean. Oh, now I get it. And we get a new wing on the school, not to mention the honor of educating the son of the chancellor of such and such. All I know is that the Burger King apparently owns the KFC cooking school. The music at the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparking and electrical hissing. It's Clank, who has arrived late to the dance. He is full of vengeance. Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth. Whoa, he's still doing the talking thing. I am Clank, and I am not of this earth. I am actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What? What? I actually feel like I knew it this whole time. Now that I have learned the ways of your kind, I must return. Miriam, will you come with me? I don't know what to say. Besides, no, obviously. I have just begun to learn who I really am. This isn't the time for me to devote my life to figuring out who you are, Clank. You're blown away by Miriam's maturity. It's pretty clear she has managed to surpass you in that regard. Well, yeah, that's obvious. I understand, kind of. Humans are weird. A portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. Oh, there's the pedals. Howdy, classmates. Just like the first day you met him, he has come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give them a bucket of chicken. This time it's a full meal deal. Oh, would you look at that? With double mashed potatoes, but no macaroni and cheese and chicken. I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in the history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. Reminder, go buy my chicken. Is this the end? No, it's not the end. As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. Is it finally time for true romance? What are you doing sitting all alone? Oh, you know, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance. He's sweating. I wonder, might you tell me, what are the qualities that you would expect to find in such a lucky person? Off the top of my head, oh, I don't know. A spicy musk, a tidy goatee, and a degree from the UCSAL, just to name a few. It truly is my lucky day. Would you dance with me? Yes, I would love to. As you glide across the dance floor, hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you. And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off, and I'll be so glad to spend it together with you. How sweet, we'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks. I'm sorry, well, who said anything about work? Work together? Well, I think this is something I just need to do by myself. But who will help you run your restaurants? I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on your time at school here, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward? Could it be you found a love connection but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef? Can you live with only half of him? Will you be able to endure sharing him with this other love, the life of an entrepreneur? I suppose I could enroll at pastry school. Oh, my dear Jedi, I'm sure that you'll find your place eventually. And along the way, you'll have me by your side. The end! Is it actually ending? Oh. We re-roll the opening movie. Nope, this poor Mac is still choking on it. I have earned a Bardic achievement! Let's see if I can't just put that out of its misery here. Well, it's almost there. It is now eaten my mouse. Oh, I have found it. Let me cut back to the just cam. And let's see if I can make the kernel just go ahead and drop out of existence. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming and joining this fantastic voyage through the KFC dating simulator that probably has some kind of a name and information and stuff. I appreciate everyone who stuck around for the whole thing. Thank you for all of your input. You know what? Let me bring up my list real quick. Let's see if there's anyone even remotely appropriate to rate at this point. It's entirely possible that there isn't. Could anyone actually be playing this game? I am the #1 streamer of I Love You, Colonel Sanders, a finger-licking good dating simulator in all of the world. Thank you much for all of your help. I don't have anyone on my list to go raid, so instead, we are just going to fade to black, and I will see everybody next time. Thanks.